the sites of several killings. He interviewed witnesses and organized search parties. The attacks continued.
We didn't elect you for this, Soto. What are you doing?
Look. When I elect somebody, I want them to frickin' defend me against new cryptids and old cryptids.
It's true. I do. I would like it if
no sheep guy, but I could pick up a sheep.
If all representatives had to give their stance on a particular cryptid in the area, and if they're looking to protect it or hunt it down, like Jose Soto.
Yeah, and also Robert Stack's good at pronouncing that shit too.
He's okay. He lazies out though. He just goes
from him?
Puerto Rico. He's no help. He's not. He doesn't help that much. He doesn't. But now we're going to hear...
That was one word he said pretty good, but okay.
He got one name so good, because you could tell he must have pronounced it really wrong, and they were like, no, it's pronounced like this. And then he nailed it when they recorded that line.
Yeah, I can't remember what the name was, but it was well done. But I feel like Russ has been picking up a couple of tips.
I didn't realize that.
He's done great. Russ, you're doing great tonight.
I didn't get in here to compete with Robert Stack. I could never stack up. Now we're gonna hear a different. We're gonna hear a different opinion on this El Chupacabra from police detective Elias Suarez Rivera.
Nice.
Despite the hysteria, there were still many skeptics. Among them, police detective Eliezer Rivera.
I didn't believe in this Chupacabra. The people were just speculating, or perhaps because they were emotional or afraid, they exaggerated things. Personally, I never was convinced of these stories. I just never believed them.
That changed one night as Rivera and a friend drove home from church.
I saw something strange on the roadside. I thought it was a puppet. But as I watched and observed the puppet, it began to move, and I thought, what is this? It had long eyes that were illuminated. It had fangs. It was hairy, and it had 3 fingers with claws. When I opened the car door, the animal stuck out a long spike from his mouth. I interpreted this spike as a defense mechanism, and so I sat back, closed the door, and kept watching.
What? He became a believer pretty quick there.
Yeah, I mean, if you see it, if you see a spike mouth, you're not going to not believe it.
A spike mouth chupacabra. That's a special type of chupacabra, I'm pretty sure, right?
It's a hairy
I don't
one.
think it's a special. I think it's the original one.
I think this is the original one. Yeah, this is what it originally was. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I've been so confused when I hear other people's accounts. I'm like, that's not what I thought of. Like when I was hearing about it.
I'm imagining like a Jim Henson like creature in the middle of the road. It sounds like a Dark Crystal.
You're just on that Dark Crystal shit right now.
I really am, but he said it looked like a puppet and then it moved. Don't puppets move in general? Isn't it just a statue until it moves?
Dolls move. I thought about Joshua P. Warren saying, and then I knew dolls came to life. Who knew we'd actually need that clip? And a week later, here we go. We got puppets come to life.
Dolls can come to life.
Yeah, see?
Thank you, P.P. Warren. Go to hell.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Chupacabras are just puppets.
Well, he seemed pretty shook from that, so let's hear more now from Elias Suarez Rivera.
In my experience as an investigator, we're trained to analyze and quietly evaluate things. But in that moment, I can't lie to you, I was scared. Now I know what's out there when people talk about Chupacabra. He exists. He is not any known animal. I tell you sincerely, what I saw was not of this world.
Whoa. It was hairy.
Not of this world.
Yeah. Immediate stretch.
Jesus.
Completely not of this world.
Is he suggesting that it's an alien?
He has to be.
Or from hell, maybe?
He was the guy everyone trusted, too. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say that Jesus Christ is not of this world.
Oh.
So it could be something.
It just sounds like such a, like Netflix, like sci-fi or like just a general sci-fi movie, alien movie.
They might have exaggerated that translation a little bit for the.
Maybe, that's true. He probably didn't have any control over his translation at all. The
aliens won't let it happen. They reveal all their secrets.
That's actually a really good clip for that. Yeah.
But now we're going to hear from, so we got all these dead animals lying around. We're going to hear from a veterinarian who examines one of the victims of El Chupacabra. Here's Carlos Soto.
In late November, Jorge Martin and a TV news crew asked veterinarian Carlos Soto to examine 2 rabbits allegedly killed by chupacabras. Dr. Soto made a number of perplexing discoveries. A precise circular wound on the back of one rabbit's neck the removal of specific internal organs,
This was the gross
and the
part.
absence of rigor mortis.
Trigger warning.
I thought, wow, this is something strange here because this is not normal. On my 8 years in practice, I never seen that before. It was my first time to see something that odd.
Yeah, this is what that video, this is what the trigger warning was for, because these guys are just bending this dead rabbit all kind of different ways to prove that, like, look, this thing doesn't have any rigor mortis, and look how it bends. It was bad.
I mean, that is really
ugh.
creepy. That's not normal to not have rigor mortis.
No, it's not.
Oh my
That's
god.
really weird.
I mean, I guess for the video, they technically, if we want to do the whole, myth busting thing, they could have had a rabbit that was just killed, but I don't think that they would do that.
No, then they had these were definitely from Chupacabra. They had the puncture wounds and everything, and yeah, it was pretty graphic little bending of a poor bunny.
So creepy.
But we get
So
more
sad.
from Dr. Soto, who gets a whole pile of dead birds to examine. Let's hear.
Oh, God.
A month later, Dr. Soto examined 20 dead birds. Each had been killed by a puncture wound to the back of the neck.
I have
Christmas
seen
for
birds
him.
in which they don't go into rigor mortis again. Some birds in which they are depleted from all the internal organs, okay? Some birds in which the blood never coagulates, and also some birds in which we'll see a perfect round wound again, and all the thoracic and abdominal cavity is being opened, okay? Like a perfect wound, okay? So it's strange what we've seen.
Yeah, it's strange for sure. I agree.
That's
so,
creepy
yeah, he
as
got-
hell.
And now he got all the dead birds, and like he gets to bend all of them also and prove it was Chupacabra.
How's he catching birds now?
They're bringing
I think
him
that they're
dead
dead
Chupa
on the
birds.
floor at this
They've just
point,
been collecting
Rob.
them in Puerto Rico.
No, like, I mean, the
he
Chupa.
doesn't have to catch them out of the
Chupa,
sky.
I'm saying,
Oh.
he's like, how's he's on the ground. Birds are, generally flying. Is he just like that
Sometimes.
sneaky
He got
that
him.
he's
He could
sneaking
get
up
him.
on
He's
birds?
a Chupacabra. We don't know yet. We don't know. And look,
We don't know.
Hey, you want to know why we don't know? Because play soundboard clip 1. I don't know why. I want to hear this.
So it's strange what we've seen.
Yeah, it's strange what will being seen. It's strange. That's it. That's all there's.
It is strange what will be seen and what has been seen.
So we got the doctor
Look,
next. We're gonna have another official type person who doesn't believe this to be monsters, and he ain't changing his mind midway through the clip like that other guy. Still can't believe that. Let's hear Dr. David Moreno.
Dr. David Morales, a veterinarian and spokesperson for the Puerto Rican government, discounts rumors of a strange unknown beast.
We think that they were attacked by dogs. They might be wild dogs. They could be vicious monkeys or could be tigers. There are a number of possible predators that could attack these animals in this way.
Yeah, he's sticking to his pistol there. I like that
Oh,
end, though. You
man.
like that part? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll make
I
up
like
for the
when you
weird
call
one.
him the totally wrong name. That was great.
Oh, that's not a soundboard clip, but this is.
They could be vicious monkeys or could be tigers.
Yeah, or
Oh,
vicious monkey
good.
tiger.
Russ, I was really hoping that you did get that as a sound clip because, yeah, that's perfect.
Such a wide
Vicious
variety of
monkeys.
animals between
Vicious
those
monkeys
two.
or tigers. It's only one of those two, Rob. It's a range of two.
They could be vicious monkeys or could be tigers.
Sure. They leave about the same trail of damage and evidence. They
They're
usually
about the
pretty
same
close to
size.
each other in the zoo.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
Wow, there's so many. Just another monkey clip added to the board. Now we got the
The
classic.
idea that monkeys was the cause of this incident was totally ridiculous.
And now
They could be vicious monkeys or could be tigers.
Yeah. I think you could write a book about all the things that monkeys are not, and it's just like you could have many different
Which
chapters.
is good
chapters
because
of
they
this.
also get blamed for a lot of things. Like
Sure.
Sasquatch is supposed to be just a giant ape or whatever.
Chapter 3,
Like, no.
Sasquatch. Chapter 4,
Yeah.
Chupacabras. Chapter 3,
a definitive list of things that are not
Monkeys.
Things that are
monkeys.
When are we going to
definitively
have an
not
episode
monkeys.
all about what monkeys are not?
What monkeys are not? Because a lot of people, actually, a lot of TV specials seem to do have trouble with it or believe it's certain things. Maybe rods are monkeys, but of course, many in Puerto Rico disagree with that, and me as well, as you'll hear now.
Something strange is going on. This isn't about dogs or monkeys or bats or anything like that. It's something very strange. And the creature that we're searching for is very intelligent.
These attacks can't be dismissed as accounts of drunken people or ignorant people.
What?
because we're talking about highly reliable people all over Puerto Rico who are witnessing these attacks and these creatures too.
Look, hear us out. It's not bats. It's not monkeys. It's not drunks. It's not ignorant people's fault. It's not dogs. It's none of that.
Yeah.
They could be vicious monkeys or could be tigers.
He didn't say tigers. They didn't say tigers.
At no point were tigers. Are there tigers in Puerto Rico?
The tigers are still on the field for this. They could definitely, but he definitely said it couldn't be monkeys or drunks or ignorant people. It's not their fault.
I like that it's more likely that there's drunk people doing this than tigers.
And ignorant people.
Was it at the bottom of a bottle of John Barleycorn?
Yeah, that was the drunk guy. It's not you.
Nice.
Another thing monkeys aren't is that guy. That's almost it for Unsolved Mysteries, but here is some breaking El Chupacabra news for the 1990s on Unsolved Mysteries.
Until recently, every reported attack by chupacabras has been in Puerto Rico. The last month in Miami, 2 goats and 26 chickens perished in a manner that was almost identical to the killings in Canova. Perhaps the massacre was a work of dogs, or a cruel hoax, or perhaps, just perhaps, the chupacabras does walk among us.
The chupacabras may walk among us. Yeah, Miami now, though.
And
Miami,
I think they do walk. I can see. Wait, Puerto Rico.
Stride
Yeah,
among
I can
us?
see how it's pretty close. They could make their way. They could just hop a ship onto like something that's carrying some freight and make their way to Florida. Sure.
Yeah, make it to Miami. But this is what people first learned about chupacabras. Very scary. Would you guys agree? It's pretty scary, the initial story.
Look,
Like,
if they're going to be
terrifying.
sucking the blood of all these animals, they can totally kill a human.
Yeah, the report is so vague. It's just like there's a vampire creature, and it's killing a lot of things.
Mostly
See you later.
livestock. Yeah. Bye. Dude, this is around the time that I was, like me and my family, maybe this is a little bit dorky, but we used to go camping in our backyard because we had a somewhat spacious backyard. But I remember this one night we were having like a little barbecue and backyard camping thing. And this was a big thing on the news, was the chupacabra. And that's the one that I was remembering hearing, was the thing that's on 2 legs with like, it's black with red eyes and it's got that little crest thing. And I was actually
it's supposed
scared.
to like make you nauseous if you see it. It has a lot of great details, chupacabra.
I feel nauseous most times. Yeah, so I was scared.
It's just generally, Drea's just nauseous. It's just generally
all
nauseous.
the time. Any given time, I'm probably nauseous. Nauseous right now. No, I'm good.
Well, as most of our listeners know, Chupacabra, just like Unsolved Mysteries, got a lot of coverage in the decade or so following this initial sighting. But I gotta say, it's kind of fallen off a bit now, though. You don't really...
Yeah.
I don't think Chupac is in the limelight as much as he was, you know?
It's kind of old hat a little bit.
Yeah. But it's only been 1995. And Bigfoot's been around for... I don't know. But here's a show...
Yeah.
He gets some representation now. Here's a show that went all in on his story by putting it on its premiere episode. The pilot episode of this show is about the Chupacabra. Here is the Chupacabra being featured on the premiere episode of Lost Tapes. You guys remember Lost Tapes?
No.
Vaguely remember Lost Tapes. I remember seeing the logo on the television.
It's a found footage show that is just completely fake and scripted, but it's just a found footage monster TV show. And Chupacabra, this is what they're coming out of the gate with. And here the setup is that a family from Mexico is having a party for their 9-year-old daughter. Let's hear Lost Tapes.
Uh-oh.
Aquí está. Okay, aquí tenemos. Hola, mija.
In 2006, the Ramirez family received 2 gifts from a relative in the United States. One was a video camera for their daughter Ava's 9th birthday. The second gift was a letter stating that a coyote had been hired to smuggle them across the border.
Whoa.
The journey was more dangerous than anyone could have imagined. These are their tapes.
Well, that's a weird gift to get.
Oh my God. Yeah,
yeah,
don't give
9-year-old
your daughter that.
Well, what's weirder, giving her the video camera or giving her a coyote for her family to sneak in the United States?
I think it's way more normal to give her a coyote.
It was possible.
It was going
it's
so
like a family
smoothly.
dog. Yeah.
It felt like that came out of nowhere.
Oh, it does. This is a terrible story. So I'm just going to tell you, we're not going far with this. So this family, they get a video camera and a ticket for a coyote to sneak them over the border. And this is 2006. This is awful. Now, So the whole premise of the show is this lost tape, so that's why she has to get the videotape. That's why you're going to hear the next soundboard clip, which came from that. And if you ever see Drea, you can just say this to her. Let's hear it.
Okay, aquí tenemos. Hola, mija.